What's up, my friends? It's Mr. Hirsch 503, bringing you my class setup videos. Hold on. Yeah, bringing you my class setup videos. Basically, what I'm gonna show you is what I use. Now, I'm a specialist. Fiend or junkie, you could say, because all my classes is basically specialist. And I hardly use assault or support now, unless I have to, unless I wanna. If we going against a full squad or something like that, or against hard players, then I might use support or assault. That way, they stay behind and stuff like that. But I usually use specialist. But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take you back to my origin classes, basically my origin setup classes, what I used when I started playing the game, and what I stopped using, basically. And also, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna show you just one class setup today, because it's gonna be kind of a long video. But what I'm gonna do is, that class setup that I'll show you today, I'll use I use that setup to get a good gameplay and see if I could get a KEM with that. But majority of the times, that's what I get a KEM with that. So let's get into the class setup and what I used to use with my first character, my first squad member. So, boom, let's go at it. So at first, I was using non-stop this gun, the ARX 160. Non-stop. It's a big gun. Don't get me wrong. I like it. It feels like a submachine gun. But this is what I used when I first started playing the game. So basically, like I said, specialist. All you're gonna see is specialist. I love marathon. I have to have marathon. So I use marathon in all my classes, basically. And I excuse my dog, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. She's going crazy. But yeah, so with the perks, I use Marathon, Stalker, the Silence, Amplify, and Hardline. Then on my strike package, of course, is Specialist. I used to use a lot of the off the grid sleight of hand, and I used to use this one a lot. I don't use it no more, and you'll see throughout the members, the squad members that I'll show you. So, Scavenger, ICU, and Focus on this one. Let's see, MTAR. Oh, this is an assault. I guess I was using a tactical here. I didn't even remember doing that. But sleight of hand, marathon, on the go, dead silence, recon, and scavenger. Then on my strike package, I was using assault on this particular class. So Sadcom, Trinity, and the Hind. So let's go to the Honey Badger. My attachments, my bad. Attachments on the ARX, foregrip and silencer. The same thing for the MTAR, foregrip and silencer, foregrip and extended mags. And I have sleight of hand, marathon, stalker, dead silence, and hardline on my strike package. I don't know why I had scavenger in the first one. I usually have it in the middle one, or in the last one I'm using the standard mags. But I have scavenger, focus, and off grid. And on my specialist, what I have on the go, sit rep, ICU, flash or attack resist, and spawn or gambler. So that's what I used. I'm just gonna go a little bit quicker now since we have to do this on every squad member. So the FAT, there you go. Marathon, stock, amplify, focus, hardline, sleight of hand, off the grid, scavenger, then agility. What else? Agility, on the go, quick draw, and dead silence. Then I have the K7. I use the marathon, dead silence, off the grid, amplify, hard lines. Then sleight of hand, focus, scavenger. And then on my specialist, I had takedown, intercog, ICU, and blast shield. Blast shield is a must now, man, because of them IEDs. everything basically. IED, grenades, fucking C4, even the IMS protects you from that. But that's the first one. Now let's with Hearst. Now let's go with El Dukes. Let's see what I use. K7. K7. I used what I used at this one. Marathon, Dead Silence, Hardline, and Deadeye. My strike package specialist, sleight of hand, off the grid scavenger. Sip rep, amplify, ICU, and focus. Then my ARX, right there. I'm just gonna skim through it, guys. As long as I found something different on one of them, then I'll just go over it. And this one, I started using the Dead Silence more. Now my second squad member. Let's see, we got, or third, I mean. That's what we had. Marathon, Stalker, Dead Silence, Amplify, Hardline, Sleight of Hand, Grid, and Scavenger. And I had the ICU, Focus, Tag Resist, and Blast Shield. Let's see on my AK with the silencer and an extended. Now at this point I didn't use foregrip on my AK. I don't know if they did a patch. Well, I think they did. Now the AK, I hardly use the AK. I used to use the AK too much, but now they ruined it. So basically that's what we had, and I started using Deadeye. Deadeye is a very good perk. Very good perk. Then you got the K7, SA805. I like this gun a lot. I used it a lot in my beginnings. As you can see, look, got another setup. I have assault and I have this specialist. Basically the same setup as the third one. Yeah, and I didn't use a lot of the quick draw on this squad member. Now let's go with this one. We got the honey badge, of course, with the foregrip and extended mags. And let's see, sleight of hand, Marathon, Stalker, Dead Silence, Hardline, Deadeye, Scavenger, ICU, and then of course Sip Rep, Amplify, Focus, and Blast Shield. This is where I started to use more of the Blast Shields. Let's see, the SE2010. SE2010 is B's, and these are the same setups basically as the first one. Let me see here, KEMTar, AK-12. I see I was using a lot the grid. I was using a lot of the grid. Now let's go with the fifth squad member. Then here I started using the Intercog a bit more, I think. Yeah. So let's see. This kind of don't change except for Amplify, and then I switch Amplify with Hardline. But majority of my first perks will be the same for my assault rifles, for my LMGs. But here I use Ready Up, Scavenger, and Quick Draw. Then on my specialist I had Intercog. What is it? I don't know how to say that. Resilience. I don't know. Then Blast Shield and Hardline. On my SMGs, I switched that up. I don't use this one, but as far as this one goes Ready Up, Marathon, Dead Silence, Amplify, Blast Shield, and Hardline. I got the Sleight of Hand, Scavenger, Off the Grid, and I had, what is that? Blind Eye, Sit Rep, ICU, and Focus. And boom, that's it basically. So let's see, for this one, got the ARX. We're just gonna skim through it. Oh, this one. Now, this class setup I recommend for the ones that have trouble getting their specialist bonus. This will help you a lot. I mean, a lot to get your specialist bonus right away. So what I have basically, my perks, Sleight of Hand, Marathon, Stalker, Dead Silence, and Hardline. This is why I basically started using this setup. Now my specialists, I have Amplify and Scavenger. and I just put that what is it, blind eye, right? I always get them mixed with dead eye. I put it with blind eye, and I would just choose the rest. So I started using this setup, the ready up, quick draw, and focus and blast shield. So I started using this setup a lot. Now what I used to do is just take out that one, boom. So that way, if you're using hardline after your 7 kills, you use or you get your bonus. You know, you get it faster rather than waiting either after 9 or actually at 11. Or if you used a different one there, let's use a higher one. You use Deadeye on that at the end, which I recommend putting it first, then rather at the end. That way you can get it fast at least. You know, so you're gonna get your specialist at 14. Now I kind of like this setup. The reason why is because once you get your specialist boner, then you know that you have 15 or 14, so you just need 10 more or 9 more to get your KEM. So but that's me. So that's that. Leave it as is, so you have your bonus right away. Let's see what other one. See, I started using, yep, this is the squad member that I started using in the most. As you could see there. So let's go to the other one. We have the 7th one, I think. Yeah, 7th one. And look, as you could tell, I have a different class for the SMG for my MTAR. This is why I switched up my perks in the beginning. So got ready up, sleight of hand, marathon, dead silence, scavenger, and focus. And of course, you need your blast shield on this fucking game now. Then on my bonus, I had agility because I like moving fast. I am a rusher, even though sometimes I gotta learn how to stop and go and play passive, because with this game and all the IEDs and campers, it just gives you stress. So I use agility, sit rep, ICU, and of course hardline if I could get my chems right away. So let's see here. And this is what I mainly use for my assault. Since I'm able to get my since I'm able to go on long streak, I don't use hardline on this. On some I do, that way I could get it faster. But majority of the time I don't. I just use sleight of hand. But if I do use hardline, I'm gonna take sleight of hand off and put hardline on. I always use dead silence. For me is a must, because just sound horde. You know, there's a bunch of people that sound hordes, and majority of the people that play this game has headsets, so they gonna sound horde. So I rather use dead silence, and I'm a sound horde too. So you know, I don't escape from that. I play the 5th. Then if I want to use a support, this is what I use basically, or I switch it up to SATCOM, Ground Jammer, and Oracle. So that's that. Let's go to our 9th. This is our 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th. Yeah, 8th. As you can see again, no, we did this one actually, right? Did we? No. See, as you can see again, I'm using nothing but specialists except for one. Like I said, I'm a specialist junkie. I like it. And this is what I have set up on this one. Skimming through my little gold MTAR. Oh, this is a different one. I took out the scavenger from my regular perks and put focus on that and just added there. And since I am using a SMG, I did put the steady aim, because you know that comes handy a lot. So that's that. Let's see here. Let me see if there's a different one. No different ones. Let's go to the 9th. Now this, I started using a lot of the ping. Ping is very useful, guys. Very useful. You know, as you know, the ping basically, once you killed somebody, gives a sonar ping and shows you if there's anyone around that. Now, for rushers, it's very helpful. Well, actually, all kind of playstyle is very helpful. So it's gonna help you. And I started using this a lot because there's a lot of campers, corner campers. So when every time I kill somebody and there's somebody in the corner, boom, it shows me, and I'll be prepared to look at the corner. Fucking prostitutes. I wonder how much they charge. And then I'm going for my MSBS KEM, which I'm having a big hassle with it. I'm having a big hassle with it. So this is my setup for the MBS because I suck with the 3 bursts. My trigger finger is not that good to say, so I use the full auto. Yeah, I'm gonna do fuck it. And this is the perks: ready up, stalker, their silence, extra attachment, hardline, and I have the sleight of hand, marathon. Now I suffer a lot with this because I'm used to the marathon. I'm used to the marathon being here, so I suffer a lot. But as far as that, yeah, sleight of hand, marathon, scavenger, amplify, focus, blast shear, and ping. And let's see here. See, now this is another setup that I use my ping right away. And now from now on, I don't change basically my bonus. My bonus on my assault or LMGs, because I like to have the ready up and quick draw. It helps you a lot, right? It helps you a lot. So then let's see here. There's my another assault class. See, like I said, I don't have my hard line. I just use the sleight of hand because that comes in handy as well. And my Vepr, I use it with the, you know, to get my bonus fast. So let's go with the Bruce Leroy with the last one. Last but not least, this is my new setups basically, and this is what I use the most now. Well, I did switch it up yesterday because I was helping my guys getting their KEM, so I was just running SATCOMs on this class. Excuse me. My LMG. See, this is my LMG class. Same setup as far as the perk class goes, and my strap packages. You know, blast shield is a month, scavenger, and ping. Actually, I should switch this around because with the LSAT or LMG, you have basically infinite, you know, like unlimited ammo per se. So I'm gonna switch that up to this, and of course have ready up and agility because you know you move slow with the LMG, so I like to move fast, so that bumps it up a little bit and helps out a lot. Then of course we got ping, scavenger, ready ups, quick draw, and of course we're using amplified, so sound horror. That's for my LMGs. Now let me see here. Oh, and I created yesterday. I started using the shotgun. I hardly use the shotgun, but I started using it. And this is my setup: sleight of hand, marathon, stalker, the silence, hardline, blast shield, scavenger, ping, and there you go. Same setup basically. So those are my setup, guys. You know what I'm gonna do now is take one of the setups, basically the easiest setup for everybody, since everybody uses honey badger. I'm gonna take this class and get into a lobby. Hopefully we don't get tryhards, and see if I could get a KEM, if not just a decent gameplay, you know, showing you this setup. And I'm gonna start using different setups and different gameplays for you guys to see. And also I'm gonna start doing open routes, like what routes that I take. I like to flank a lot, and so I always take the back routes, and I stay away from the middle a lot unless I have to, but I do stay away from the middle a lot. So let's see here. So we're using the honey badger with extended mags, 4 grip, and I'm gonna show you why ping is a must. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna set it up like that. Oh shit, no, I'm gonna actually do this Blast shield first, then pin, then scavenger. Okay. We'll put focus on that. No, we'll put ICU in this better. Alright, so let's get into lobby right quick.